I like that and like that and like this and peace, 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 peace. I hope you're doing well on this beautiful Sunday evening. Let me just get something together real quick. I thought I was gonna be home a little bit earlier. So I was gonna have the notes already prepared, but I was having a great conversation with my daughter. And anywho, I don't got it all together, but it's all good. We're gonna make it happen. There we go. And let me give folks a second to come on in. I'm gonna drop one link in the chat before we get started. Peace, 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 True King. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, anybody else that coming into the chat, coming on to the channel, or you watching this after it's been live. Peace to you and yours. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Bam. I think this is the link right here. Okay. Yeah, that's it right here. Okay, before we get started, I dropped a link in the chat. That is a link to the playlist of a bunch of the videos I've done around this issue. So if you're not familiar, you want to get caught up, you can check that link out. It has a playlist of all the videos that I've done regarding this issue. But now for the breaking news. Peace, 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 peace. I'm Rami Salam El. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. We have breaking news on the Rise of the Moor Militia Group Wakefield standoff case trial. Another militia group member has pled guilty. And let me go ahead and get the information and bring it up for you. And previously, there's been 2 other people that have already pled guilty. This is the third out of a total of 10 total people, if I'm not mistaken. And the person that pled guilty just recently is Quinn Cumberlander. Quinn Cumberlander has had a lot going on in this trial. And on the 2nd of August, here we go. On the 26th of July, he had a hearing for a lobby conference. And then on the 2nd of August, this was just this past, what is that? What is the 2nd? Today is the 6th or 5th, like Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Islam. Peace. So on the 2nd, they had a 9 a.m. hearing, changing of the plea, and Cumberlander decided to waive his rights. A plea was given. He was warned about a bunch of different things, submission of DNA, warned about pursuant to alien status. I believe it's like formalities. And the court notified the defendant of the right to earn compliance credits pursuant to some sort of code, that he's noticed of his right to appeal. And then he had to plead guilty, and he pled guilty to the following charges. Charge 1, possession of a large capacity firearm. Charge 2, possession of a large capacity feeding device. Charge 3, carrying a firearm without a license. Charge 4, possession of a sawed-off shotgun. Charge 5, improper storage of large capacity near a minor. Charge 6, a shotgun rifle stored improperly near a minor. Charge 7, body armor in use of a felony. Charge 8, conspiracy. Charge 9, another firearm carrying without a license, which was loaded. charged 10 false ID information arrestee furnished to law enforcement, and charged 11 ammunition without an FID card, possessing ammunition without an FID card. So, and for all of those charges, he was for pretty much all the charges except for the ammunition without an FID card was a term of 1 year and 6 months. And for all the other charges, he is going to be serving them concurrently. And he was charged basically 3 to 4 years, not less than 3, not more than 4 years for all of the charges. And then he was credited 566 days that he's already served in jail. And then there was also probation for 2 years. And so then he had, some formalities and standard of probation. Pretty much all of it is, standard. The one thing that I thought was interesting to note is that he has an order to stay away and have no contact direct with co-defendants or the Rise of the Moors organization. And so those are, and some other stuff, but that's not necessarily that relevant. But that is essentially what is going on with Quinn Cumberlander. Oh man, did I just mess up? Yeah, so now we have a third person to have pled guilty from the Rise of the Moor militia group. The first person received 2 years as the sentence and 3 years probation. The second person received 3 years in prison, 2 years probation. And now Quinn Cumberlander has received 3 to 4 years with 2 years probation. So it seems as though as this case continues to get dragged out, their sentence seems to be, getting larger in terms of time they have to serve. And also, I was trying to look up this other information, but I believe the court system is having some issues. There was some error messages or warning messages on the site. But I did want to also update you because I actually found out of this on accident. I was looking to see about the information. It was supposed to be a trial tomorrow starting, an actual jury trial starting for 2 of the remaining defendants from the Rise of the Moors group. But both of those situations, they moved the court date, the jury trial, back to, if I'm not mistaken, into February. And I wish I had the website just to confirm it. I don't like to just speak on things without the facts, but when I get the information, I'll re-update everybody on those situations. But it looks like as of now, all of the jury trial for the remaining 7 Rise of the Moor militia group members should be starting in February of 2024. I have to double check and I'll get back to you on the specific start date for that trial. I think it's interesting that another person has pled guilty as it's getting closer to the trial. And his trial is coming up even sooner than some of the other individuals. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this trial. Is there any other questions that you had before I got up out of here? Thank you for the question. Quinn's 3 to 4 years is mine, and then they're going to minus the 566 days. It's like credited as time served already. Yeah. So I believe what's 566. That's like basically a year and a half. I feel like that's about a year and a half. I don't know the exact math, but somewhere around there. So then he should just have to serve the remaining year and a half to 2.5 years, depending. It said that the notation in there said that I think essentially he can get credited with some time off with, like good behavior, quote unquote compliance. So, yeah. So I hope things work out for him. You know what I mean, and that once he comes out on the other side, or all of the individuals that pled guilty, once they come out of the other side on this, they're able to move in a more positive or just uplifting situation. You know what I mean? Because shouldn't wish jail. Well, yeah, I don't necessarily wish jail on anybody. Some people do deserve to go to prison for some of the things. But anyways, it's beside the point. Well, yeah, more like a year. That would be 200 days. So it might be a little bit over, because 365 minus 566 is 200 left. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Yeah, got you. Were there any other questions? I did also. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Initially, I was just gonna make a different video. Well, actually, I will. Yeah, I'll just keep it separate. Were there any other questions regarding the rise of the Moore militia group and the case? Again, just to summarize, if you aren't familiar, long story short, this group is a separate organization or group from the Moore Science Temple of America. They were traveling on the interstate. This was 2021, and was it 2021? Gee, let me double check just to be sure. Yeah, 2021. So on July 3rd, 2021, they were traveling on I-95, got stopped by the state trooper, had a bunch of guns and weapons and ammunition, didn't have license, registration, ended up being a long standoff. You can look up Wakefield standoff for reference. They ended up being arrested, sat in jail for, going on 2 years now, some of them. And now we're just now starting to get to the jury trial proceedings. There's been some delays and some pushbacks due to scheduling conflicts and I guess just preparing a legal defense. And during that time, since they've been arrested, there have been 3 of the original 10 people. It was 11 total arrested. 1 was a minor, so they have been separate. But of the 10 adults, 3 have since pled guilty to the charges. 7 are remaining waiting trial. Yeah, long standoff. Indeed, a 9-hour standoff. Long time. I don't see any more questions. I just wanted to make sure. And then for folks that want to stick around, I'm actually going to create a new live stream real quick after this. I just wanted to keep it separate so this could be focused on the news. But after this one, I'm going to create a new live stream, keeping it real with Rami, just to update you on some things. And it's actually connected to the rise of the Moors. But I want to try to keep, because the thing I'm going to talk about that's connected to it, I don't really want it associated with these videos. I want this to be about the news and the facts and information. So last thing before I shut this one down, and I'm going to start a new live in about, 5-10 minutes, Any other questions before I get out of here? Before I close this live? Any other Rise of the Moors questions? Going once. Do you know how, where the court filings can be accessed online? I do. It's a bit of a process, but yeah, I do. If you truly interested, you can reach out to me via email, and I can provide you with some information that was given to me on how to do that. Just if you wanted to see for yourself. Yeah. Other than that, I think we are good to go on the update. Well, actually, one thing I wanted to just put out there for you to think about, whoever's watching, is, and maybe if someone is watching this and it has happened, please fill me in, because I haven't been made aware. I haven't seen anything. But I'm interested in how come, the leader of the Rise of the Moors group, Jamal, hasn't spoken on the people that have pled guilty, or how that may affect or may not affect their case. It's really interesting to me to see this happening, and seems kind of like an elephant in the room that nobody wants to address, especially considering how confident they were in their knowledge of the law, and, their position being correct. Now that things are unfolding the way they are, it's just interesting. I'm just interested in how come it hasn't been spoken about, what that means. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you have any other questions regarding this issue or this topic, this story, in the comment section, and I'll do my best to provide the answer. And once I find some more, once there's an update or some changes to the case, I'll come back. Look, he's cutting off like that. Yeah, if there's some new developments in the case, then I'll come back and update you all on what's going on. Thank you for watching, and also if you stick around, hit the channel. You should see a new video popping up, keeping it real around me. I'm gonna talk to you guys about some things that's connected to Rise of the Moors, but it's a little bit bigger than this situation. All right, peace and love. Catch you in a minute.